Hey everyone, this is Alpaco and I wanted to talk about the Panasonic GH6 announcement and what this could mean for Olympus. Looking at the features of the GH6, it's going to be a powerhouse just as the GH5 is a powerhouse, and it looks like it's a definite step up. It's going to shoot 5.7K, which is great. I don't think all new cameras need to aim for anything much more than that. I still shoot 1080p for all local business shoots because that's still what's required. There's a weird rumor about this new sensor that some people are saying, oh, it has to be more than 20 megapixels because it shoots 5.7K. Well, I honestly don't think it's going to be more than 20 or 21 megapixels. If you look at Panasonic's own EVO 1, that is a 5.7K sensor, and it's only a 20.49 megapixel sensor. So it's sampling from a higher density or sampling only in the needed area because 5.7K mathematically is only 17.25 megapixels. With that said, there is a new Sony-made 4/3 sensor called IMX472-AAJK. This sensor is a backside illuminated, or BSI, and stacked, which has 20.89 active pixels. It's not out of the question that this could be the sensor for the GH6, and it samples 17.2 megapixels or 5.7K out of that sensor. If I'm not mistaken, the GH5 can actually do a 6K burst at 30 frames per second, which is about 18 megapixels. It can also shoot anamorphic 6K, which samples almost the entire size of the sensor. The interesting thing about the sensors, if you read the features of the sensor, under pixel readout method, under the pixel readout method deployment, the second pixel readout is phase difference. This could mean the sensor has phase detect autofocus. So there is a possibility this sensor could introduce the first phase detect and contrast hybrid autofocus in Panasonic's lineup. There is also a case that this is not actually for the next Panasonic, and instead actually for the next Olympus camera. Regardless of who gets the sensor, and maybe they both do, this is great news because I didn't want it to be more than 20 megapixels. Honestly, I'd still prefer less megapixels, but I did wish for a BSI and stack sensor. This could solve a lot of problems that a lot of problems regarding dynamic range and overall color leverage in video. I've talked in length with Andrew of Power Drew regarding my frustrations about this. I highly recommend checking him out. He's a great guy with great energy, so please go check him out. This new sensor looks like it's going to be fast. What I mean is, it will have the ability to gather a lot of data quickly, pending the processor, of course. This is the first stacked BSI Micro Four Thirds sensor, and that kind of annoys me to think it's taken this long to get a stacked BSI 4/3 sensor, but one is finally coming, and I do hope Olympus uses the sensor for something like that, or uses the sensor or something like it. The simple fact that it is BSI definitely helps. Smaller sensors, or rather sensors with a smaller pixel pitch, typically benefit much more than sensors that already have a large pixel pitch. When I say pixel pitch, I'm describing the overall size of each individual pixel. This is why a camera like the Sony A1 with 50 megapixels that has a pixel pitch of 4.14 micrometers will perform just as good as a Sony A7S III, which is a camera that has a pixel pitch of 8.36 micrometers. In lower light, sure, eventually the larger pixel pitch camera will gather more light, as that's the main strength of that sensor, but it's not going to be night and day. It's not going to be a night and day difference. Regarding what Olympus is going to do in the future, I do hope they make a dedicated cinema camera. That's similar to my concept. Link above for that video, but I am doubtful that will happen. I don't know how much money they would need to put towards manufacturing cameras, and honestly, there are a whole lot of cameras out there that are amazing. So I understand it's a large financial risk, and they still need to find their own footing regarding this new company. The future of Micro Four Thirds is moving forward, and if the next Olympus can do close to what the GH6 can do in terms of video features and still have the photo features it currently has, then I'm sure it'll be successful. I know a lot of people talk down about Micro Four Thirds like they aren't anything, but every camera has its own space. Each camera company have their own fans. I'm not camera racist and love all cameras of all formats. There are a few cameras that are coming out soon that I'm excited about, and I plan to talk about those in my next video. I've gotten a lot of messages about my Olympus videos, and I'm very happy to see that I've been able to help some of you out. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.